Welcome to Fast Effect Double Speed Magic the Gathering from ELD's Time Vault Games in Bellingham, Mass. Here we have some old school magic for you. Scott on 4-color Geddon versus Corey on blue-red Counterburn. This Geddon list has locked up the tournament win here, going undefeated up until this final round. Lightning Bolt, clearing the Birds of Paradise, classic play, and back for round 2. So a couple of birds, both of them bolted, and now a Chaos Orb for Scott. This 4-colored Geddon list does not like to see things like Ancestral resolving, but it can make up the card advantage with a Armageddon later on. And now Shatter, and it looks like, you're kind of forcing the issue. You can respond by using it. So actually gets the Volcanic Island. Corey learning old school. I'm not sure if he is now aware after making that play that you can actually shatter the Chaos Orb in response to its activation, and essentially stopping it from having an effect. Not an intuitive thing. Many players not aware of that. Serendib now coming down. Counterspell actually preventing it coming down. Alright, so. And standing up and attacking with a factory. Llanowar Elves. And it looks like a Serra Angel may be coming out soon. We'll see if Corey can stop that threat. Swords to Plowshares taking out this factory. So often the case in the early game. Many decks have Lightning Bolt, Chain Lightning. Well, not so much Chain Lightning, but Lightning Bolt and Swords to Plowshares are cards that often just get stuck in your opponent's hand until you give them a target by animating one of those factories. Another Llanowar Elf, and now a Flying Men. And Chain Lightning to the face this time. So previously going with the old Bolt the Bird strategy. Now Llanowar Elves permitted to stick around. This could be a time for an Armageddon. Corey just demonic tutored, and he is tapped out. Got decisions here. He can Geddon, really wreak havoc, whatever it was that, and he does make that choice. I believe I would have done the same there. Whatever Corey searched for, likely not as good now that he lost his entire mana base. The other option was getting out a Serra Angel and being tapped out for whatever Corey had in mind. These Llanowar Elves doing work. We've got a little bit of a race here. Corey still no mana for this factory to animate. Now he finally does. Earthquake for 1. Taking down both Llanowar Elves, and that is a huge swing in the game here. Scott is going to be able to disenchant this factory if it does animate. We'll see if Corey decides to commit to that. He also has a Mind Twist that he could throw out for 2. And he's actually going to Demonic Tutor, tapping the Tropical Island, so he's not going to be grabbing Ancestral. He's got Lotus. Going to look to get out that Serra Angel next turn. Will it be too late? Corey can swing now, putting him in range of Lightning Bolt or Chain Lightning. And he has it. And that is a wrap. Game number 1 going to Corey. That might be the first game that Scott lost all day. I'm not sure. He was on an absolute tear with this list. Armageddon, a very powerful effect, even in a format where you have the unlimited or alpha moxes able to survive losing all your lands. You have Soul Ring, all the moxes, Black Lotus, potentially Mana Vault, Fell Warstone commonly played. In spite of that, Armageddon can still be absolutely backbreaking. Control lists very often need to have a lot of mana. Jayemdae Tome is a card that the premier control strategy runs to just really generate a ton of card advantage. You need to sink 4 mana into that every turn. So you're kind of happy to get more and more mana out. And Armageddon undoes all of that hard work and often erases most of the card advantage as well. A lot of the cards that you're drawing end up being lands, often running up to 28 mana sources. So, getting a very interesting card here. On the other side of things, Counterburn pretty low to the ground. Now that he's aware of Armageddon, he may be able to kind of sandbag some extra lands, maybe not commit more than 3 mana to the board until he's got enough to rebuild following an Armageddon. Mishra's Factory, a 4 of. I can kind of see the argument for getting rid of Factory. I mean, it's a complicated thing until you sort out what the purpose of the banned list is. That's really, I think, the best approach, is to kind of determine what is the goal of the banned list for the particular format. Here we're playing Atlantic rules. Certainly not interested in doing an offshoot banned restricted list and creating our own format here. I really like the work that's being done here in New England, and I like the idea of having kind of a cohesive New England community. But Factory does, in a lot of ways, force people to start with 4 factories in their list, and it does create some predictable patterns of gameplay. So, I mean, I wouldn't be like upset with any decision that gets made, but I think that is a couple of things that you can make note of with Factory, is it does, in a lot of ways, kind of force the issue with people's mana bases. We've got a Serendib countered Soul Ring now into Sylvan Library, a card that I was running in my list to great effect. We may get one of my matches on camera as well. Sylvan Library with Ivory Tower to just try and draw tons of extra cards and have a less mana intensive way of breaking the mirror. Also gets down potentially on the first turn. In this matchup, Scott may not be able to pay any life to get extra cards, but he'll get some extra card quality. Swords to Plowshares, Regrowth. Got some quality cards on top of that library. These Flying Men chipping in for a combined 2 a turn. And Corey, considering, does not feel like the type of card that you actually want to waste a counter spell on. Chain Lightning. May have actually been correct to save him. As bad as that feels, that is actually his path to victory here. I suspect the counterspell will be better on a larger threat later on. And now we've got Mana Drain. A Serendib or Serra Angel will make these Flying Men look very, very small, which, to be fair, they are. They're just this super efficient threat in this format. 4 damage to the face. Serendib. And now a Demonic Tutor. This could be getting Psyblast, Lightning Bolts. Either one of those would potentially close out these final points of life. He's going to go for Ancestral and try and make it even harder for Scott to get back into the game if he does somehow gain some life. Another land is dropped. Disenchant takes out the Sapphire. Now we've got the Serra Angel. Sarah Angel does kind of stabilize here for Scott. If Corey doesn't have a counter, this could prove to be a big issue. Oh, does he not have the double white? Oh, he doesn't have the double white. Oh no, he's got the lightning bolt along with that final point of damage from the flying men. So Sarah Angel just a little too difficult to cast there. Very surprising. I'd like to see Scott's mana base, see if he's on 4 City of Brass or not. He's got a bunch of duels, even some basic forests, but the double white was not forthcoming and prevented that Sarah Angel from being able to show up and at least potentially suck up that lightning bolt along with trading in for the flying men. Instead, Corey picks up the only match win versus Scott at this ELD Old School Open. That is all for this one, but don't worry, there is a lot more. You can check out our older videos, and we're always putting out new videos from ELD's Time Vault games in Bellingham, Massachusetts. If you want to help the channel, of course, you can like, subscribe, share, tap that notification bell so you can know the next time our new videos come out. Thanks for watching.